Hey there, so today we're going to check in on probably the thing that I talk about most in all my sessions, and particularly in terms of running, our neutral pelvis. So we're going to start off with some neutral pelvic tilts. If you stand up, and standing up, if you imagine your pelvis as a bowl of water, for most of us, we tend to stand naturally, I'm exaggerating here, but tipping the water out the front. So if you imagine the line of the pelvis or the line of that bowl of water, we're tipping the water out the front. Either that, or we stand with our hips right forward and we end up tipping the water out the back a bit. Either way, I want you to bring your hips back so they're above the ankles. They're not forwards or back behind you, but they're above the ankles. And then draw up at the front. So we're tipping the water out the back and then relax, tip out the water out the front. So you're drawing up, and I'm over exaggerating with the bar here, tipping the water out the front. So just keep doing that, and as you do it, try and make sure that the movement is coming from the pelvis. So not from your thighs and not from your body moving about, just tip under. So we zip up at the front. It's really useful to have some visual cues for yourself. Zip up at the front and then tuck the tailbone under at the back. Zip up at the front, tuck the tailbone under at the back. A few more. Now, some people find this very easy, some people find this a lot harder. We're going to go into a few quick exercises now that are going to help you get the right muscles engaging. So lying on your back, first of all. If you have any particular back issues, this one might be a bit aggressive. You can just do a plank or some dead bugs or something instead. But otherwise, lying on your back, and then you're going to tuck your tailbone under to lift off the floor. So tuck the tailbone under, lift off the floor, and initially start by pushing your feet up to the ceiling. That's going to help to get that movement going, getting the hips as far up off the floor, and we're thinking about that zipping up at the front. So we're working that part of the core that's going to tuck under to draw up. Then to make it a little bit harder, to get the core working more, try and think about pushing the knees up to the ceiling. So either the knees are highest or your shins are horizontal rather than feet up. So you're having to work a lot harder through the core now, rather than using your feet to push up with. The work's really coming from the core. And you can make it harder still by crossing your arms so you can't dig down the elbows. So find the option that's right for you. You've got 3 different options there. That doesn't mean go for the hardest. It means go for the option that's right for you. So you're getting that core working to push up. So 5 more. Lovely. From there, we're going into a glute bridge. So we're lying on the floor, heels as close to our bum as we can, tuck the tailbone under, come up, straight line from our knees to our shoulders, keep tucking the tailbone under so you can feel your bum working. And you can go into single leg. My gold standard for a runner is we want to be able to build up to being able to do 90 seconds single leg. We're not going to do all of that now, but we'll just check in. So tucking the tailbone under, get the glute working. It's the glute of the foot that's on the floor that we should feel working. The other leg, the leg's just stable, it's not waving around. Just going to do a few seconds on each side for now, or double leg. If you can't do single leg, don't worry at all. Start with where you're at and build up. So into single leg on the other side, or double leg still, tucking under. So we're just trying to turn those glutes on, get them activated. From there, we're going to go into just tuck under, hold, release, tuck under, hold, release. So we're really working through those glutes, tucking under, and think of the cues you would use when you're running. You know, you can think of that bowl of water, tipping the water at the back. Obviously, tip the water all down your tummy right now, the way we're lying, but that same idea of tucking under. You can think about those rocket booster glutes, tuck the tailbone under to get the glutes engaging to power you forwards. You can think about imagining, and obviously everything's upside down right now, but if we're standing up as we tuck under, that you've got a harness around your hips attached to a kite up in the sky ahead of you, which is tucking you under, pulling you forwards, so giving you that power and keeping that neutral pelvis there. So find whatever cue works for you. Okay, so we've queued up our glutes, we've queued up our core, and we're just going to try again that tucking under, and hopefully that's feeling a little bit easier. We've loosened our body up, but we've also got the core engaging, got the glutes engaging for those neutral pelvic tilts. Okay, from there we can take it into a walk, and this is, you know, bare minimum. If I was going for a run, I always say walk for a few minutes before you go for a run anyway. So if you just did your pelvic tilts and then you go your neutral pelvis walk that we're about to do before you go into your run, you'll get so much more out of that run. So with your walk, just a normal walk. If anybody was walking next to me, behind me, they wouldn't know that anything different was going on. But what I'm focusing on is keeping that neutral pelvis. So rather than stepping forwards and the water's tipping out the front, I'm tucking under, keeping the neutral pelvis so I can feel my bum muscles working as I walk. Just walk around in the space you've got. Hopefully you've got a bit more space than me, but tucking under, feel the bum muscles working, tucking up, zipping up at the front. Now, in terms of how hard you're working, right now I'm really focusing on it. So I'm probably like a 5 or a 6 out of 10 in terms of that engagement. When I'm running, I don't want to be doing 5 or 6 out of 10. If I'm doing a marathon, I'm going to be doing 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, however long. I don't want to be working 6 out of 10 the whole time. I'm going to be absolutely knackered by the end. But in our drills, we overdo it so that then when we go and put it into action, we kind of activated those muscles. Our body remembers we've got that brain-body connection going. So do that little neutral pelvis walk, tuck under. You don't have to tuck under, relax, just keep it going the whole time. And then go into your run and try and be mindful on the run. Use those same cues we were talking about. Rocket booster glutes, bowl of water in your pelvis, the harness around your hips up to the kite, whatever works for you to get those glutes engaging, to keep that neutral pelvis. And then you should be getting so much more out of your run. It's making sure that we're keeping our pelvis where it should be. So if you get back pain when you're running, lower back pain, it might well be because you're doing that and you're overusing the lower back. But also, when we're into the neutral pelvis, our glutes are engaging as they should. And when our glutes are engaging, they're the most fatigue-resistant, powerful muscle in the body. So we want them working with us. But they also help to support our hips, support our knees. So it's going to reduce our chance of injury if the glutes are working for us. So keep yourself in that neutral pelvis, get those glutes working. Hopefully you get more out of your run. Brilliant.